Hey YouTube, welcome to Griffin Grills. I am Griffin. Today we got something special, but while you're here, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so you can catch all the videos. Hit that little bell with the notification icon so you get updated every time that I upload. Today we got something special. We're going to season up a Blackstone 17-inch portable griddle. Just got it new today. We're going to try it out, run through the paces, give my first kind of impressions about it. Then we'll follow it up with a little cook video. So stay tuned and watch this show. Alright, so here's the star of the show today. It's the Blackstone 17-inch portable griddle. It's made for camping or tailgating. You can take it with you. And it gives us a little layout here on this piece of paper. It says we can do up to 9 grilled cheeses, 9 hamburgers, 12 strips of bacon, and 9 pancakes. So if you're wondering, this doesn't have any kind of like glues that are going to get onto your metal. It's just magnets. So we'll get rid of this for now. And here's the star of our show. It does have the little propane tank acceptor that takes a little camping propane bottle. You can swap this out for a regular hose that takes the full size propane tanks. I'll probably end up doing that at some point. This is what I got, so this is what we're going to go with. Now, there is a little bit of residual oil on here where this is just cold rolled steel. We are going to season this up real quick. And to do that, I'm using Blackstone's griddle seasoning. It's good for the Blackstones and your cast irons. And for the different models, it tells you how much to use. In my case, we're going to use a tablespoon each time. We'll crank it up on high, let the metal heat up. You'll see this all turn color. Then we'll add a tablespoon. Smear it all around, making sure we get the sides and edges. And then once that burns off or smokes off, then we'll apply another coat. It says to do a minimum of 3. You can do up to 5. I've even heard of some people doing 8. But I think 3 will work fine for us today. One little step that I am going to take beforehand, the little grease catch. It has a little piece of tin foil that I just molded to fit in there. The larger Blackstones actually have tin pans that Blackstone makes that you can just set in there. I couldn't find any for the small one, but I'm just going to use a little piece of foil. That way when I scrape my grease in here and it runs into the catch, I can just pull this out, throw it away, and keep my catch looking cleaner. So let's go ahead and get this piece cleaned up and get it ready for seasoning. Alright, the first step we want to use is to clean this up where it had some oil from shipping. Take just a little bit of soap. I just did a couple of drops in a squeezy bottle with water. This is the one and only time that I will ever use soap on this. Just to get the initial clean so the seasoning will take. And then when you use it, it builds up a layer. Kind of like how cast iron works is exactly how this works. So this will be our one and only time that we use soap. Then we're just going to take some paper towels. And from what I've heard from a lot of people that use Blackstone, these are worth their weight in gold. You will go through a lot of paper towels. Alright, now that we got it all soaped up, I'm going to give it a rinse down. After I get it rinsed down, I'll bring it back and we'll start the seasoning process. Alright, so we got our top cleaned off with a little bit of soap and water, and then I just rinsed it off and dried the excess. I wanted to show you one of the cool features about this version. It has a little rim all the way around it. That is actually how you store it. You can store it upside down like that. Keep it nice and compact while you get it packed up. You get where you're going, you just set it up, flip it over, put a tank on, and you start griddling. So that's what we're going to do, is flip this over and start working in on a seasoning base. Just has little legs with spokes hooking down, and they hit 4 holes there to kind of hold that up. So let me get a propane bottle on here and get the grill cranked up on high. We'll let it discolor, and then we'll start the seasoning. Alright, so we got our propane hooked up now, and it's just barely hanging on to the top of my 22 Weber's Performer table. So I may have to extend that over a little bit for some future cooks. The dial's pretty easy. It just turns over click to light. Alright, sorry for that cutaway. A new tank, new regulator, so it had to prime through the system and get all the gas running. But we do have our eye on high, so we're just going to let this heat up. Give it about 10-15 minutes to get really nice and hot, and then we're going to start seasoning. So we'll be back once this gets heated up. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and apply our Blackstone seasoning. And on the measurement guide, it tells you how much to use for what size you have. So we're going to use a tablespoon for the 17. I'm just going to get a good old heaping tablespoon. I got my oven glove and paper towel, and we're just going to swizzle it all around. It might have a little bit of an uneven problem. Especially since my grease catch is over here. If you don't have the oven glove or some heat resistant gloves, a pair of tongs will work just as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and let this smoke off, and when it stops smoking, I'll apply another teaspoon. Let that smoke off. When that's done, I'll apply another teaspoon. I'm going to save you from all that, so I'll just bring you back after we get it fully seasoned. Alright, so we're going to go a little easy for the first cook, just to kind of see how it does. We'll do some breakfast later on. I've just got a little bit of olive oil. I turned my heat down on like a medium low. So I'm just going to put a little oil on there. Take our spatula and kind of smear it all around. I've still got a little unlevel problem, but I just got 4 little sausages. We're just going to try this out and see how this does, and like I said, we'll do a big breakfast on it later. Maybe since mine's unlevel, we need to keep them nice and tight there. Tongs probably would have worked better, but I wanted to play with my new spatula. I think the packaging said that you can do like 20-something hot dogs for a small little portable griddle like this. That's pretty dang good if you're going to do a tailgate. I think those are about done, so I'm going to pull them off. Go ahead and shut my Blackstone off. I'm going to use just a little bit of water to knock up some of the residue, but keep that seasoning on, and just kind of dry it with a paper towel. Alright, and the next thing we'll probably do is do a big breakfast on it, so stay tuned for that video. I'll thank you for sticking around with me this long. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell notification for icon, and share it all over your social medias. Kind of help me get the channel built back up. I do appreciate it, and y'all have a good one.